So let's go ahead and get that started. Go to Help, Install New Software. We're doing the same thing here. We want to click on Add. We want to click on AVR, or let's do Win AVR plugin. Let's go ahead and paste the link that we copied for the Win AVR. Then we're going to do OK. You want to uncheck group item by category. Then you want to go back up here and you want to check AVR Eclipse plugin. Click on your next button. And it's doing the same thing as before. Go ahead and highlight AVR Eclipse plugin. You see detailed results. Click Next. You want to accept the terms of license agreement right here. So check that and click on Finish. And again, we're doing this. We see the same thing, installing software, security warning. We want to do OK. And it's going to finish installing. You have to restart it again. That's why I said we have a couple more steps, but we're going to try to get this done. Our workspace come up and it's OK again. Click OK. Now we're loading. Now all our plugins are in, so we should be winding down a little bit here. Go to Windows and Preferences. We want to click on Arduino. You should see a difference between the older one that you might have done before and this new one. We have our library and our hardware already populated. So what we want to do is put in the path to our Arduino install. So go ahead and browse. Ours was in desktop. Luna Ardu here. We see our Eclipse folder. We want to click on our Eclipse folder. And there's our Arduino 1.61. We want to click on that. And that's all we want to do. We just want to click on our install for this. And then we want to click on OK, because that's our path. It's our path to our install. Everything for our Arduino 1.61 is within this folder. So let's click OK. And we're done on this screen. So let's go ahead and apply. It's telling us that you are using IDE plugin that is done, so we OK, yes. And OK, it comes up again because you clicked OK. Let's go yes. Now let's go ahead and click on Window. We go into Preferences because we have to check on our AVR. So click on that. We want paths. Okay, let's click on AVR. We want paths. It's bringing up our paths. And that's why we installed the AVR first, our Win AVR first to our C drive, because if you did that and then afterwards came back into your Eclipse install and installed the plugin, then it auto-populates this screen here. And so it already did it for us. Now, if yours didn't auto-populate, just make sure that you install Win AVR, and you may have to manually put it in or start this video again and follow the directions. It should look something like this. This is our C drive. This is the name of the folder for Win AVR that was downloaded. For AVR GCC, we're in the bin folder. For GNU Make, you have the install folder, then utils, then bin. For the AVR header file, you have the install folder, the AVR include. These are the paths to these particular locations that you're going to need. So it should look something like that. Like I said, if you follow the directions like we did, then it'll be auto-populated for you. So let's go ahead and click on apply and then OK. What we want to do at this point is see if we have a working install or a working IDE. Let's go ahead and click on File. And it's kind of going off the screen, but you want to click on File New. You want to come over here and you're going to click on Other. Okay. And you'll have these sections here where you could pick which wizard you want. In this case, we want Arduino. And we want to click on New Arduino Sketch. And next. We want to name our Arduino file, so we're going to go Luna Ardu TS for test sketch 1. And that's a little bit long, but we want it to be descriptive so we know what we're doing. In this case, like I said before in the other video, we want to see if we did it right. So we do have our board.txt file that should be there. Okay, if you follow the directions, it should be there. If it's not there, then something may be wrong. This first area here is board.txt file. You want to pay attention to this one because on your path here, you're going to see /SAM boards.txt, or you're going to see /AVR boards.txt. The one that you want to choose is /AVR boards.txt. Okay. And that is when you see all of your selections here. Now, the difference is when you click on the SAM one, you click on that, you only have 2. That'll make you think you did something wrong. But if you go ahead and click the right one, which is AVR here, then when you go down the boards, you'll have where you could choose which board you're using. In this case, we're using the Arduino Uno. Okay. We set up our driver, so when we click on this arrow, it should show our COM10. And there it go. You want to choose it. So far, it look like we did everything right. Next. We're okay with that. Next. We don't want to mess with that. Finish. Okay, so right now we have our project. And if you look into our project, we have one file and our clues in our Arduino. Okay. We click on our header file, you see that I already got it set up. You want to go ahead and grab that include Arduino.h and copy it. Now, when you get into programming, if you have any more includes they're saying go ahead and put it there. If you have functions that you're going to declare, this should be declaration because you declare in the header file. You would declare it there. Then you will go to your .cpp file, and as you can see, I already knew they never put that Arduino in there, and maybe it shouldn't be there, but it don't hurt to put it there. So we're gonna add it right now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring up the actual Arduino because I haven't really figured out how to grab the examples yet and put them in there. Let's go ahead and copy this code so that we could quickly test this. Because I believe that we may be almost there, but not quite. So we're going to go ahead and just add it here. Go ahead and save it. Bill. Actually, see, that's why it's probably good that we're working on the newer one because we do have these icons. Because I was working with the older one, I'm used to clicking on that hammer, but it is doing something, so let's see. Okay, well, while we was doing that, all the errors went away. Okay, so we seem to be good. We clicked on the bill. Let's do it the right way since we have these new icons here. Let's go ahead and click on the check, which is verify. Should do pretty much the same thing. It did it quickly. Okay, so now we could go ahead and click on, and I'm gonna take a look at my Arduino just to make sure. Click on this arrow going to the right, and that should upload your sketch. And when you click on it, you should see your Arduino going blinky, 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 saying that it's being communicated to. There go our blink. So this one worked right off the box, which is great. And if yours did the same thing, great for you. In some cases though, and I know why that happened. The reason why that happened is because I went through the last step already. And so I'm going to tell you what we did with the last step. You didn't see it here because I actually already done it. If yours went through fine, then that's great. You're on your way. But in most cases, you may get a error, a AVR G++ error. And it's just like what happened on our other one. And what we would do is we have another link here. If you Google it, type AVR freaks. Okay, and click on it. Okay. What you want to search for in here is Windows 8.1 compilation error. And it should come up. Okay, and as you can see, it came up right there. It's the first one. Click on it. We're looking for a specific zip file, and that zip file is here. http://www.madwizard.org download electronics msys 1.0 Vista64.zip. Now it says Vista64, but it works great for Windows 8. I think I got 8.2. If not, it's 8.1, and it works great on my computer, so it should work really good for the 8 points. Click on this, and it'll download to your computer. Mine downloads to the downloads folder. I move it over into the same folder, into the Eclipse folder, just so it's there. Actually, you could skip that step and go right to it from the downloads folder, and that will be right there. So it's in my downloads folder. And so what I did was I unzipped it or uncompressed it. What it's gonna do, we're not gonna go to the Eclipse file this time because we're not actually using the AVR in the Arduino system. And in any case, for this new version, we couldn't even use it if we tried because the utilities folder we had to drop this in is not in the AVR folder for Arduino. And so that would mean that for me, I wouldn't be able to get this to work. So that's why we did the Win AVR step here. And I downloaded it to my C file. So right now we're in the C file. And so it's all the way down here at Win. It's right here. Win AVR. Okay. And when you click on that, you're going to get to your folders. Now it's saying it's in the utils bin folder. We're right now at our program folder. You see utils right there. Click on it. And then bin. This is where that folder is, and it's MSIS. You might want to get another folder up so that you could drag and drop it into this folder, but What I normally do is take the original file that was in here, then I create a folder like here with the name on it saying original file, so we know that if there's any problems, we still have the original file. So there go the folder, and this is the original DLL that caused me problems, but I want to keep it just in case. Okay, with that in this folder, that means that this particular folder doesn't have that in there anymore. So what I did was copy the file that we got from this zip folder, pasted it in here. Now that's what is seen here. And that's just a part of troubleshooting, so that if you run into any problems, you can leave it as it was. Okay, because it's always better to leave it as it was and then figure out things later than to put something else in there that may not be, may not belong there, and then try to troubleshoot that. So that's why we left the original in the folder here. This one works fine though, and it's the reason why our Arduino ran fine. And once you do that last step, you should have a working Arduino Eclipse version. Runs really nice. You should get code like this, and this is for the blinky, the blink. So it's letting you know that everything built right, and then when you upload it, okay, you're gonna get code like this, or not code, but you're gonna get results like this to let you know that everything went fine. Okay, that's the new version for Arduino Eclipse. I did figure it out, and I'm glad to pass it on so that someone else may not have to go through the head banging that I went through trying to get it to work. Sometimes you have to go to the basics. I had to go back and figure out the old version. Then I came back around and figured out the new version. And then pretty soon, I'm sure I'm going to be figuring out the Linux version. And there you go. I am Ebonygeek, and I hope that the information provided has been helpful to you. Please remember to subscribe. Happy building and happy coding.